Welcome back to another final table commentary. If at any point in time you find yourself not caring for the commentary, there'll be a link in the description down below to the video on BCP Poker Replay's YouTube account, so if you choose to do so, you can go check out the action in peace and silence. With that being said, let's get into the game here. We got a 2K, PKO, we got European, Lucky Fish, Cartoon, Louis Dono with aces, Armani with a big stack, Nail with a huge stack, Kayla? I'm going to go with Kayla with 7 blinds. Ponkanov sitting out for a second, but they're back. Jack 9 suited for Nail, going to start things off with a raise. Sorry, I forgot about Danny. Got Danny Zor there. Ace is going for a 3-bet. And Nail folds the Jack 9 suited. Kayla thinks about it for a second with Queen 8, but they'll let it go. Cartoon with an ace will find the fold from the cutoff. European in the small blind with 9 deuce offsuit is going to limp it on into Danny's big blind. He's got 10-4-0. Oh, and he's thinking about a raise here, and he does find it. European will let go of their bullshit, and we'll move along. 7s for Kayla? They're all in. European with King 10-0. We'll see if he goes bounty hunting. It's kind of a weird spot, but he does play call. I was thinking you don't necessarily want to go for a raise pre-flop with the King 10. We got a straight draw to the Jack. Nope, not going to hit it. The set for Kayla is going to hold on up. Cartoon goes for the open with 10-8 suited. Lucky Fish sitting one seat over. Plays call with aces. Ponkanov with jacks in the small blind. If I'm in the small blind with jacks, I go all in. Maybe Ponkanov just calls. Maybe. Ponkanov goes for a non-all-in 3-bet, 700k to go. Lucky Fish licking their lips. We'll see if he plays call or he just sticks it in pre-flop. He's going to stick it in pre-flop. Offer up the bounty. Jack on the flop. Ace on the turn, though. Poker Stars, what are you doing here? Giving Ponkanov a heart attack. Same for Lucky Fish, smacking the ace on the turn. Roller coaster of emotions for both players. Lucky Fish survives and gets the full double up 54 blinds. European's going to open up 8-9 suited and flop top pair. Nail with, third pair? Pair of 5s and a shitty kicker. King on the turn goes check, check. Ace on the river. Goes check, check, and European scoops a small pot. King Jack for Danny. Doesn't look like anybody else has any hands. Armani in the big blind with 7-3 suited could come along to the flop. Kayla thinks about it with 8-9, but they're going to let it go. And Armani folds the 3-7 suited. Ace-7 for Kayla. It ain't suited. 14 blinds. Kayla says from the cutoff, I'm just going to let this one go. King 9 for Nail. We'll get to open the button. Louis defends the big blind with 5s. He flops a straight draw. Flop goes check, check. 3 on the turn, pairing the board. Good card for Louis. He's going to check it on over once again. And Nail puts in a small bet. Jack on the river. We'll see if Nail fires another bet here. Nope, just going to give up the bluff. A little bluff on the turn. Louis scoops a little pot. Ace deuce for Armani. We'll go for the open on the button. Cartoon in the big blind with King 9 off. Looks like a defending hand. Queen 5-3 flop. 2 spades for Armani with the straight draw to the 4 to boot. He's going to bet about half pot, and that bet will buy him the pot. A suited ace for Ponkanov. He might rip it in with 6 blinds. Hopefully he can find the fold here. Uh-oh. Sticks in half his stack just in case there's a couple all-ins. We got kings in the big blind. Lucky Fish going to go bounty hunting here. Ponkanov sticks in the rest of his stack. No ace for Ponkanov. That's a damn shame. Lucky Fish gets the bounty. Kayla with Queen Jack. Just going to find the fold off 14 blinds. Ace 5 for Cartoon. We'll get to raise the button. and take it on down. Queen, queen for nail. Doesn't look like there's any other holdings going on here. Would be a wide defend with the king 3, but Danny might come along to the flop. Uh-oh, bad timing. King, queen, deuce flop. Top pair for Danny. Middle set for nail. 8 on the turn, which is a brick. Just a complete brick. Nail bets a little bit under pot. Danny in a tough spot. He's going to find the check fold in the turn with top pair. What a fold by Danny. If you can play post flop that well, you may as well defend it pre-flop. Cartoon with ace deuce suited goes for the raise. Kayla in the big blind with 8-5-0 just has to let it go. Ace 5 for European will get the raise it on up from the cutoff. King 3 suited in the small blind will hit the muck. 6-3 is going to defend the big. Nail has way too many chips. He flops a pair of sixes. Flop goes check, check, 10 on the turn. European does block the diamond hands with the ace of diamonds. That could call him here. So he's going to put in a bet and the pair of sixes fold. Ace 9, European will be right back in there. Nail in the small blind with king 10 plays call. King 9 deuce flop. Interesting stuff. We'll see how European goes about this one. Could start things off with a check, but he goes for the small bet. Still plenty of hands to get called by. Queen jack, jack 10. Both get there on the turn. 5 hearts on the river, completing the heart draw. Not a good run out for your ace 9. We see Nail go for a couple big blinds of value, and European does find the nice fold there with ace 9. Very well played hand. I like the small bet on the flop. You could go for a check back. Reevaluate on the turn. But again, there's still plenty of draws to be called on the flop. Don't get a great turn card. Check it back. Get a bad river. Don't even pay off the bet. Well played, European. Ace king for Danny. 6-5 for Armani. King 2 for Cartoon. Queen, queen 4 flop. Danny with a couple over cards in the backdoor club draw, backdoor straight draw, goes for a bet with the best of it and takes it on down. Queen jack for Nail will go for an open. 6-5 for Lewis on the button. We'll see if he plays it or just finds the fold. He says let's go to the flop. Ace king 3. Nail with a straight draw to the 10. Bets just under pot here. 6-5 is going to have an easy fold. Nail will scoop that pot. Ace 3 suited for Lewis. They'll be right back in there. Surely. Ace 10 for European. 7-6-4 flop. 1 club for Lewis. Has the straight draw to the 5. 9 on the turn, which is a club, giving Lewis the club draw. European the straight draw to the 8. Instead we see the 10 of diamonds on the river, so this board is European's. Providing he doesn't check fold, but I don't think that's going to happen. He's thinking about going for some value. 390k, there's a 1-liner to an 8 out there. And Lewis has ace high. Facing the lead on the river, Lewis does just lay it down. Queen jack for Nail. Lucky fish with ace 4 suited, just gonna let it go from the button. Danny will defend the big with 8-6. 10-4-3 flop. Nail with 3 in a row in the backdoor flush draw, a couple of overcards, bets, and takes the pot down. Ace 8 for Cartoon. European with Queen 9 will let it go. I didn't even realize Kalia limped in the King Queen. Thank God they're out of here. I can't even pronounce her name right. Kayla? Kayla limps in the King Queen. Wait, I think I should back up for that. Cartoon goes for the raise. No, it's not a limp pot. What am I fucking talking about? Kayla's in the big blind. Cartoon opens 3x. What the hell's wrong with me, guys? Anyways, we'll just move along from that disaster. Nail with 8-7 suited goes for a 3-bet. Cartoon with king jack. Oh my lord, he plays the 4-bet. Nail comes along. 9-6-2 flop. 3.6 mil in the middle. 1.3 is the bet. Nail has the open and a straight draw, and he jams it all in. The king jack has to fold. Huge pot for Nail with the 7-8. Holy shit, what a play. Ace king for Armani. Jack 10 for Lewis. Jack 3-3 flop. Armani bets about half pot. Lewis going nowhere, plays call. Deuce on the turn. Armani slows down. And Lewis, what do we do here with Jack 10? I don't know. Do we go for some value protection? We bet about half pot. Armani in the tank with the ace and the king. Doesn't block the flush draws, so he's more likely to come along. But the ace king does just find the fold on the turn there. Good stuff for Armani. Ace queen for Nail. Ace 9 for Cartoon. Jack 9-4 flop. 2 clubs for Nail in the backdoor straight draws. Goes for a bet. Cartoon not going to fold on the flop. We see a queen of spades on the turn. So Nail makes top pair. And Cartoon goes for the check fold. Armani with queen 5 suited. Just going to lay it down from the cutoff. Giving Cartoon the chance to 3x the small blind with ace jack suited and take it down pre. Queen 10 for Lewis. We'll see if he opens it up. 42 blinds. He says, I'm just going to move along, giving Lucky Fish the chance to limp in 9-10. European the chance to raise Jack Deuce. Lucky Fish, what do we do with 9-10? Just going to find the fold facing the raise. Okay. Very playable 9-10 offsuit. Didn't want to see that sort of action. Just wanted to go to the flop. Just like the 10-8 here. Queen 5-3 flop. European takes a stab 3 on the turn. European slows down. 8 on the river. That will do, Poker Stars. Jack high for Danny. Facing the lead on the river. Just going to fold. Ace king for European. 2.5x from the button. Nail in the big blind with 5-3 suited. Plays 3-bet. Makes it 1 million chips to go. His clubs are completely dominated by European here. Hopefully European just plays call. This would be fun to see. The post flop. Oh, he plays 4-bet. Going for some value. Makes it just under 2 million chips. And Nail quickly folds. Aces for Cartoon. 9-5 suited in the big blind. Just going to let it go pre-flop. Good timing by Armani. 9-8 suited for Danny. Will go for the open. And get it through pre-flop. Ace 10 for Lucky Fish. Ace king for Danny. Would be cool to see a call, but Danny's going to go for the 3-bet. I wanted this one to go post-flop. See Lucky Fish and Danny battle it out. Not this time. Ace king suited too strong. Goes for the 3-bet. And will buy the pot pre-flop. Ace 8 for Lewis. Raising the button. Lucky Fish defending the big blind with 7-6 suited. Jack 3-3 flop. Lewis bets real small and he'll take the pot. European getting a walk. Queen for Armani. 3s for Lewis. 3s might hit the muck. We'll see. Yeah, Lewis just quickly folds. Danny in the big blind with a suited 9. Says, let's go to the flop. Jack 7-7. Danny with a backdoor flush draw. Just check folds. Got a backdoor straight draw in there too. Lewis with a pair of 9s. Nail in the big blind with ace. Licking their chops. Going in the tank. Plays 3-bet 800k. 4x sizing. Same deal. Oh no! Queen 9-5 flop. Nail's gonna need to find an ace here. Bet 600k. Lewis flopping middle set. Plays call. Ace on the turn. Okay, Poker Stars. Lewis still has a redraw to the 9 or a diamond. But Poker Stars set Lewis up like a motherfucker right here. Diamond on the river though. So just like that, look who takes the lead again. Ace is going for value. Do we ever fold the 9 of diamonds here? It's a really weird spot. What do we do here? 3-bet pre-flop, bet on the flop, check on the turn. Lewis does find the call down, and Nail says, "Whoa, why do you have 9s? Why did the river have to come diamond?" Nail would have got the bounty there. Lewis would have been paying it off. Oh no. Well, I mean, Lewis has a big stack now, so that's kind of cool to see. And Nail still has plenty of chips, 120 blinds, a queen 5 suited. He's got the best of it for the time being right now on this 6-2-2 flop. Lucky Fish in position. We'll bet real small. Nail will fold, and Armani will fold 9-4-0. Queen for cartoon. King 6 suited for Nail. Ace 10-8 flop. 2 clubs for Nail with the backdoor straight draw. He's going nowhere. He's got the nut flush draw. Makes the nuts on the turn. Cartoon says, "What the hell's going on here? It's an ace high board. There's 3 clubs out there. This is not what I wanted for with my queens." Large bet on the turn. Sizing up the river jam. King on the river. Just another bad card for queen. He does block queen jack, but it doesn't have the queen of clubs, so this is a bad call down hand. Surely Cartoon will just let it go. Good stuff. Queen with a club though, that's a cool call down hand. That's a real cool call down hand. Doobity-doo. Ace 4 suited for Armani. 10-10 for Cartoons, just gonna rip it all in. And Armani goes bounty hunting. Smacks an ace on the turn. That's pretty dirty, Poker Stars. Very rude of you to do that. Armani gets the knockout. And what an unfortunate happening for Cartoon there. Playing some damn good cards. Just, your opponent runs a little bit better than you sometimes. King Queen for Lewis. Early position raise. European with Ace King suited once again. Playing 3-bet. Lewis with more chips, 60 blinds deep. He says, "I'm just going to lay this down, look for a better spot." 8-8 for Danny. King 6 in the big blind for Armani, just going to find the fold. Ace Queen offsuit for Armani in the small blind, going to go 3x. Lewis in the big with 5-9 will defend. Jack 7-7 flop. Goes check jack on the turn. Goes check king on the river. Goes check and Armani will take it with the ace high. Lewis playing the board. Now he's got a couple of ducks. All when he makes a set. King Jack has the backdoor straight draw. Couple of overcards, goes for the bet. If Lewis check raises here, he's going to buy the pot on the flop, and that's not what he wants. Surely we should have just played call this time. The board's too wet. Lewis says, "I need to get the value. I need to put the chips in the middle." 9-9 for Lewis this time. Ace 4 for Armani. 4-6 for European in the big blind. We'll see if he comes along too. He does. 8-4-3 flop. 9s are still looking pretty. Armani with a pair of 4s. Goes for some value here. 9s call. European with a pair in the backdoor straight draws. We'll see if he comes along. Puts in the check raise. This might work out. Ace 4 hits the muck. What do we do with 9s? We hate our life right now. But I think we end up calling. 7 on the turn. So European looking for a 5, a 4, or a 6. Bets half pot. And again, what do you do with 9s? Like, it's not a comfortable call down situation. Ace on the river. We're really wanting a check by European. If European jams, this is going to get through, I think. He does jam. This is a big bluffski. And Lewis folds the 9s. Like, what do you do with 9-9 there? That's just a huge bully play by European. Now he's got a couple of 10s. Playing big raise from the small blind. You'll buy it pre-flop. Beautiful play with the 4-6. Turn your pair of 4s into a bluff. Blocking some straights. Queen 10-5 flop. Europeans open-ended with the flush draw. Danny with the straight draw to the 9 has a check fold. What a play with the 6-4. Queen 9 for European. We'll raise and take it down pre-flop. Ace Jack for Lucky Fish. Gonna go for the limp off 30 blinds. Jack 9 for European. Does go for the 3x raise. Nail with aces. Plays call. King 8 suited for Lewis. Do we call? We do call Ace Jack for Lucky Fish. Do we jam it all in? What a weird fucking hand. Limp, raise, call, call. I guess we go call too. 10-10-9 flop. Okay. Ace is still good. We're gonna bet small. European with a pair of 9s. Backdoor straight draw comes along. 4 on the turn. We are playing 90 blinds deep here. 1.8 million chips is the bet. European might turn their hand into a bluff. I don't think we're calling down here. Queen. I'm just wrong. European's calling down. What an interesting hand. Limp under the gun. Raised by European. Nail calls. Lewis calls from the big. Lucky Fish calls. 10-10-9 flop. There's still like the Queen Jack straight draw. There's flush draws out there. European with a jack. Interesting stuff. Doesn't block the flush draws. So he comes along on the turn. Interesting hand. Nails up to 130 blinds anyways. King Deuce for nail. Will raise under the gun. King 8 suited in the small blind for European is thinking about coming along. Does play call. Ace King Jack flop. This is what we came to see. Both players with middle pair. Oh, and we both. Oh, we're chopping the pot. This isn't fun. Put an 8 or deuce out there. I don't care which one, but we gotta put one of those two out there. Nail goes for some value with their 3 of a kind. 6 on the river. Both playing 3 kings with the ace jack kicker. Nail bets right around pot. And the question is, do we go for value with a 3 of a kind? Or do we just call? European does just call and we chop it up. Queen 9 for European. Queen 10 for Danny. Ace 9 in the big blind for Nail. Nail plays 3 bet. European finds the fold. And Danny finds the fold. Ace 9 for Lewis will just fold under the gun. Danny gonna limp in 8-10-0. Or sorry, this is suited. Ace King O for Nail goes for the raise. Danny playing off 30 blinds. Does play call. Jack 8-2 flop. 2 spades for Danny. Backdoor straight draw. No, he doesn't. He's got a pair though. Oh, he's got a backdoor straight draw. Jack 8. 9. 9 queen. 9-7. Danny bets and takes it down. Queen 10 for European. Going for the open. 2.5x. This will get through pre-flop for him. 7-9 suited. He's right back in there. 4-6 suited in the small blind. We'll just fold for Lewis. We move along. Lewis has got a couple of 9s. Armani with 3-5 suited. Ace king in the big blind. Doobity-doo. Armani raises. Lewis is all in with 9-9. European with ace king. What the hell do we do? All in, dealer? All in, dealer. We got a big flip here. Ace or king. Ace on the turn. That will do, and we're going to lose Lewis. European gets the bounty. Armani with king queen suited will go for the raise. European calls 5s in the small blind. Danny in the big blind with a7. Ooh la la. A7 offsuit goes for the 3-bet. This might go call. European does fold the 5s. A7 2 flop. 1 club for Armani. With the backdoor straight draw, he plays call. 3 of spades on the turn. That's no help. Danny checks over the 2 pairs. Armani checks back. 3 on the river. Danny jams all in for value, of course. And Armani sitting here with king high will find the fold. Aces versus 8s, and there's a king 10 for Lucky Fish. We'll see if he opens it up. He does. King jack suited for nail, waiting in the big blind. We'll see what the hell happens here. Got a 3-bet from the pocket 8s. Danny in the tank. What do we do with aces? Cold 4-bet to 2 million chips. Folds back around a European with a pocket pair. Full million chips to go. European will just let it go instead. King 8 for Danny will raise the button. Jacks in the big blind for Armani. Playing 3-bet to just under 1 million chips. And the 3-bet gets through. Queen 7 for nail will raise and take it down pre-flop. And then Armani gets a couple of queens. Lucky Fish with king 8 suited in the small blind. Just going to fold. We move along. 4-4 for European. 10-10 for Danny. Blind on blind. We see European go for the 3x pre. Danny 3-bets to 1.2 mil. Hopefully European doesn't jam here. Just plays call. 9-5 flop. 2.4 in the middle. Almost 2.5. Danny bets a full mil. European with backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw comes along to the king on the turn. Might slow Danny down. He might put in another small bet. We see the 3 of hearts on the river. So hearts get there. Ace 4 gets there. 4-6 gets there. Not that 4-6 should be there. European does turn his 4s into a bluff. He jams all in. It's a slight overbet here. Danny calls with the 10s. What a huge pot going their way. 125 blinds. And European has a couple of 9s. Ace 6 for Armani. Europeans playing call. King 4 suited can come along to the flop. Queen 10-3. 9s are still good for the time being. 6 on the turn, giving Armani a pair. Nail with nothing. Just king high, no redraw, no nothing. 9s fold, that's no good. Armani takes it down with a pair of 6s. Danny with 9-7 suited goes for a raise on the button. 3-3 defends the big blind. 10-7-4 flop. 9-7 going for a little stab, getting some value. King on the turn. Another little value bet, and 3s come along once again. Very well played by Danny. Going small, overbet on the river. Queen jack gets there, but the flush draw most importantly misses. 8-6 also gets there. There's some 2 pairs, 10-9, king 9 that could be playing like this. 9-7 apparently. Armani does lay down whatever he had. Ace 9 versus king 10. The king 10 rips it all in. He's going to need some help. King 10 or queen. Queen on the river. That will do for Lucky Fish. 8-8 for Armani. We'll raise it on up. 3x from the button. 10-9 suited for European. We'll call Ace-Ace-King flop. Armani bets half pot, and that works out for him. Ace-3 suited for Nail. Lucky Fish with a couple of kings. Small 3-bet. A little bit under 3x. Nail getting a fair price to come along to the flop. He does. Ace-10-9. 2 spades for Nail. Lucky Fish checks it back. 6 on the turn. Nail bets half pot with top pair in the flush draw. And Lucky Fish finds the fold, excuse me. King Jack for Armani will raise under the gun. Lucky Fish with King Queen will find the fold. Nail in the big blind with Queen 8. Calls and he flops 2 pairs. Open ender for Armani checks back the flop. His straight does not get there. 2 million chips in the middle will be sliding Nail's way. He's going for 1.6 of value. None to be had here this time. King 5 suited going for the big raise pre. 5 defend the big blind. 9-9 queen flop. 1 spade for Nail. He takes a stab. Queen of clubs on the turn. Very interesting card. Armani now is a boat, but the boat is no good as Nail makes a better boat with a king on the river. Nail bets about half pot, and Armani quickly calls and sees the bad news. King Jack suited for Danny will go for the raise from the cutoff, and King 6 suited goes for the 3-bet 5-5-4 flop. No diamonds for Danny, 1 heart for Nail. Nail bets 1 million chips, and Danny has to fold the best of it. 9 deuce versus 5 deuce. The 9 deuce just walks out the 5 deuce. 4-4 for Armani. Ace King suited for European. 25 blinds. This looks like an all-in. We'll see if he uses a different size though. He does go 1.4 mil instead of the all-in. Armani comes along with 4s. Jack 9 7 flop. 2 diamonds for European. He's all in. 4s do call. Ace King or, oh my lord, or diamond. It doesn't come. Armani gets the bounty with a pair of 4s. Putting him on the Ace King. He's just going to call it down with the 4s and see the good news. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not in there with the 4s. I might call the 3-bet pre, but I probably don't. And the jam on the flop, I'm probably folding. Armani says, no. I'm going bounty hunting. Don't you understand this format? Armani with the pair of 9s. Danny with the ace 10. That's no good. Armani takes a little pot there. 9 deuce for Danny. We'll just fold. 10 deuce for Danny on the button. Going for the open. King Queen suited in the small blind. Plays 3-bet. And Danny quickly folds. King Deuce raising the button for Nail. Armani calls the small blind with ace-5 suited. 7-9 suited calls the big blind. 8-7-3 flop. Checks around 9 on the turn. So Armani is a little straight draw to the 6. Lucky Fish with 2 pairs. And Nail makes top pair on the river here. Lucky Fish bets full pot. Jack 10 is a straight. What misses? Diamonds. 6-5 is a straight. 10-6 is a straight. Nail folds top pair. Good shit. Armani sitting here with a straight blocker. And ace high will also find the fold. King for Nail. We'll raise it on up. Lucky Fish jams the ace 10. You're going to need an ace. Ace on the turn. PokerStar says no problem. Lucky Fish getting a little lucky there. Getting the full double up 54 blinds for him now. Doopity-doo. 10-5 suited versus king deuce. Jack 8-8 flop. Danny leads and he takes it down. King queen for lucky fish. We'll raise it on up and take it down pre-flop. 5-4 suited for Danny. We'll raise. Might face a 3-bet from the ace queen here. We're playing 100 big blinds deep. Nail does stick in the 3-bet. Danny 4-bets the 5-4 suited. Nail calls ace king queen flop. Very interesting. 1 spade for Danny. Backdoor straight draw. He bets small. 2 pair that loses to jack 10 and ace king. Kings, aces, queens. And we get a deuce of diamonds on the turn. Danny could continue to fire here. Danny does slow down on the turn. If it was a spade, I bet he bombs. Ace on the river, giving Nail a boat. What size do we go here if we try to buy the pot other than all in? Because that's obviously too much. We go 2.8. Nail's going to decide, do we jam all in or do we just call? Would be fun to see an all in. But I think a call also makes plenty of sense. Okay, so we beat kings, we beat queens, we beat deuces, that's a full house. We lose the ace king. Nail says I'm going for value with my ace queen. And Danny folds the 5 high. Ooh, another interesting flop and an interesting turn as Armani makes the straight. We got 2 pairs, 10s and 9s for Danny. Blocking 8s as well. Facing the raise on the turn, he just folds. Good stuff for Danny. 6-9, nice, limping it in. Jack 5 goes for the raise and takes it down. Queen 10 gonna limp in for Danny. Ace queen suited for Nail in the small blind. Plays big raise, 770k to go. Danny does come along. Jack deuce deuce flop, 2 hearts for Nail. Puts in a small bet and Danny quickly folds. King queen for Nail, we'll raise it on up. Ace 3 for lucky fish. Won't defend the big blind, we just move along. Queen 8 folds for Armani. Lucky fish was 7-4 suited in the small blind. Plays 3.5x. Danny comes along with king 6. Ace 8 deuce flop. Backdoor straight draws for lucky fish. Goes for a bet, 9 on the turn. Lucky fish picks up no out, so he slows down. 5 on the river. We both block 6-7. Lucky fish doesn't go for a bet. Danny doesn't go for a bet. And the king high is good. Jack Jack for Armani. Big raise pre-flop. 6-9 for Nail. Plays call. Jack 9 7 flop. Nail in a real pickle here. He's going to need to see a 10 on the river. A 5 also works. Half pot size bet by Armani. And Nail folds the pair in the straight draws. Ace 5 for Danny. We'll raise it on up. 6-6 calls the small blind. Ace 8 completes the big blind. Queen 5-4 flop. 6s are still good for Nail, but facing a half pot size bet, this isn't an easy defend. Nail still finds it. 10 on the turn. Danny slows down. 7 of clubs on the river. If we're Nail, surely we just want this to go check, check, right? He's going to turn his hand into a bluff, it looks like. Or are we going for some thin value? If Danny calls, it's thin value. Danny finds the fold with the pair of 5s. Just an interesting river where we block the straights with the 6s. Flushes get there. Feels like a check call if we're going to try to pick off some bluffs. Nail says, I want to try to get some value from a 5 maybe? Let me know what you think. Is that a value bet or a bluff? Hard to get called by worse in that situation, so it feels like a bluff blocking the straights. Flush gets there. We don't block the flush. Interesting hand. Queen 9 for Nail. Going for the open. Ace 9 for lucky fish. Playing call from the small. Danny completes the big blind with 9-8. King 4-4 flop goes check, check, check. 7 of hearts on the turn. Danny picking up the heart draw. Everybody's got a 9 in their hand. That's kind of cool. You see the 8 of hearts on the river. Lucky Fish goes for a bet here. Danny folds the heart. Nail thinking about a re-raise. He can't call with Queen 9. And Lucky Fish will just scoop the pot with Ace 9. He had no heart in his hand, but he's got the biggest heart on the table. Ace 4, flop and top pair. Middle pair for Nail. Plays call 8 on the turn. Goes check, check, king on the river. Nail thinking about putting in a bet again. Like, are we trying to get called by an 8 or 7? Nail likes the thin value bet maybe. Not that time. Pair of aces is good for a small pot. 3 ways to the Jack 8-6 flop. Got a couple of straight draws going on and bottom set for Nail. Flop checks around. 5 on the turn. Lucky Fish picks up a few more straight outs to the 7. 7 or 10, we see the king of diamonds on the river. 2.8 mil in the middle. Nail bets small, and Lucky Fish folds the misdraw. Queen 6 versus Ace 10. 7-6-5 flop. 2 diamonds for both players. Nail with middle pair. Checks it back. Turns 3 of a kind. Nail bets about 2/3. Armani comes along with Ace 10. 9 of hearts on the river. 1 liner to an 8. Hearts get there. And Nail goes for a thin value bet, and the Ace 10 pays it off once again. What a play. What the hell's going on there with the Ace 10? Hearts get there. 1 liner to an 8. Doopity doo. We do see Nail opening quite wide. So Armani says Nail could just have so much bullshit there. So he calls down with the ace high. Would be fun to see Armani pick up some chips and then Nail just hold on to that big lead and let's see them battle it out heads up. I think Armani has a read or 2 on Nail. That's why we call it down with the ace. 10s rip it all in. Ace 8 calls it off here. Ace on the flop. Okay, so Armani does pick up a bunch of chips. He's playing interestingly. What the hell's going on here, Armani, with the Ace 8? Limp? Right? Was it a limp call? Raise? Jam? Call it off with Ace 8 offsuit. Not sure about that one. Armani does get the bounty. Maybe it's all like bounty calculations. Like I didn't see how big the bounty was. We'll have to go back because there's a few of those. The Ace 4 for Armani earlier. He's getting lucky, but it's interesting. I'm not quite too sure what to say about it right now. But with that being said, I'm very happy that Armani has plenty of chips. Nail has plenty of chips. Lucky Fish is surviving in 3rd place with the 42 blinds. He's certainly not out of it, but I do want to see these two battle it out heads up. Or the other two, I should say. Anyways, we'll move along. Jack 5 for Armani gonna fold. 4's gonna walk for Nail. Ace 6 suited for Nail. 6-7 suited for Armani. Big raise from the Ace 6. 6-7 calls. Ace 8-5 flop. 1 diamond. Goes bet call. King on the turn. Armani looking for a 4 or a 9. We see the 3 of hearts. 4.4 in the middle. Nail bets 1.4 and Armani folds the misdraw. Queen Jack for Armani will raise it on up. Lucky Fish in the small blind with king 3 suited. Plays 3-bet. Armani does lay down the queen jack. Do 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 do. 3-6 tries to limp in. Armani says not today. Raises up ace jack and takes it down pre-flop. 9-8 goes for the min raise pre-flop. Queen 5 calls. Jack 5-4 flop. Goes check check 7 on the turn. You don't often see the min raise from the small blind. It's usually a sign of disrespect. Armani misses their straight 2-pair for Lucky Fish. 1.4 in the middle. Armani blocks 8-6. The made straight. Bets about half pot. A little bit less even. Lucky Fish deciding if they're going to go for a raise or just a call. Excuse me. They go for the raise. And Armani lays down the 9 high. 5-4 limps on in. Nail probably going to raise up ace 9. That they do, and they'll buy it pre-flop. Queen, queen for Lucky Fish. 7-10 suited for Nail. Jack 6 suited for Armani. We're going 3 ways to a flop. Nope, Armani says I'm folding. King Jack 8 flop. Goes check check jack on the turn. It's a diamond, so Nail has some outs here. Any diamond will do. A 9 will do. The big bet might work out too. Lucky Fish calls for 1. 10 on the turn. Or river, sorry. Nail thinking about bluffing with the pair, but he says I have some showdown value now. Checks it on over. Lucky Fish shows him the queens and scoops the pot. King 10 suited limping in. Nail raising up ace 4. Lucky Fish will call king 10. Queen 5-4 flop. Small bet by Nail. Lucky Fish comes along. 7 of spades on the turn. Nail checks it back. 5 of hearts on the river. Pairing the board up. Lucky Fish bets real small here. I don't know if this is going to work out for him. I think the bet's just a little bit too small. Yeah, in the end, Nail will find the call with ace 4, and Lucky Fish sees the bad news. If you bet bigger, I bet he buys the pot. 9-3 suited for Nail. Goes for the raise on the button, facing call and another call from the blinds. Jack 9-10 flop. Lucky Fish with top pair, Armani with top pair. Nail with a pair and a flush draw, checks back the flop, ace on the turn. 1.2 in the middle. We'll check all the way around on the turn, 5 on the river. So King Jack is good. Queen Jack is going for a small bet again. Armani will pay it off and he sees the good news. Queen 6 for Nail in the big blind facing a limp. We'll check it back. Jack 9 flop. 5-7 leads out. Nail with backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. Just finds the fold facing the lead. Big raise pre from ace 4 suited. Jack King calls the small blind, or the big blind, sorry. Holy crap. How did I get that one so wrong? 8-7 flop goes check check, 10 on the turn. Goes check check, 6 on the river completing the diamonds. 1 liner 2 and 9. This will just check down and Nail will take a nice little pot there. 5-10 suited for Nail facing the 3-bet from the ace jack suited. Nail will just lay it down pre-flop. Queen deuce for Lucky Fish limping on in. Nail raising up the 8-3-0. He will get this one through pre-flop. Aces for Nail. I do love a limp. 10-4 gets to make a pair. Nail leads. 8 of clubs on the turn. So there's so many dang draws out there. Oh no, and we get a 9 on the river, so we got a straight on the board. Nail bets over the pot. 1.68 mil into under. Oh my lord, and Armani calls down. Looking just to chop the pot. Armani. Interesting happening here. What are we playing? He was right. Armani's... That's what I kind of mean. Like, I think Armani's in Nail's head. As we saw call down earlier with Ace 10. Just Ace high. Nail with a couple of pairs. So it's not like Armani's going to be right every time, but he's certainly in Nail's head as he calls to chop the pot. Do. Queen 6 is good for this little pot. Armani doesn't put in the bluff. That's why I want to see those two battle it out heads up. No offense to Lucky Fish. Just I want to see those two go to war. Because Armani's in Nail's head, but he's not perfect about it. But he's willing to take the shots, and that's what we come to see. 9 deuce suited for Armani. Flopping the flush draw and backdoor straight draw. We'll bet half pot. Nail gets on out of there. Ace 6 for Lucky Fish. No action for him. Ace King for Nail. No action for him. Ace 3 suited for Armani. 10-9 in the big blind. We're going to a flop this time. King 5-5. Not an action board. Armani will bet half pot. Nail does have backdoor draws. We could see some check raising there. Not this time though. Ace 3 for Lucky Fish. Ace 4 for Armani. Armani puts in the 3-bet and Lucky Fish ditches the Ace 3. Ace deuce for Nail. We'll raise and take it down pre. Ace Queen getting a walk. 7-8. What do we do? Limp it in? We go for the raise. Ace 5 calls. Queen 7-6 flop. Nail bets real small with a pair of 7s and the bet gets through. Queen 7 raising and taking it down pre-flop. 9-4 trying to limp it on in. 10-5 says okay. Ace Queen 7 flop. Lucky Fish leads and he just takes it down. Okay, Lucky Fish. Lucky Fish is trying to say, hey Brendan, don't you forget about me. I don't forget about you, Lucky Fish. You're playing some good cards here. Got a pair of 10s. Would be fun to see Lucky Fish make the heads up battle against Nail. I don't know if he's got the read that Armani does. But he's also willing to take some shots as Armani makes a pair of 5s on the river, bets half pot, and Lucky Fish folds the best of it with 8-10. Armani looks like he turns his 5s into a bluff on the river and it works out for him. Ace Queen for Lucky Fish. 6s go for the 3-bet. 6-7 folds the big blind. Ace Queen jams. 6s call. Ace Queen or 10. We don't get it. So I do get my heads up battle between Nail and Armani. We're playing 70 blinds deep. This will be a fun one. 6-9 suited for Nail. Thinking about a 3-bet here. He just plays call. Armani flops a straight. Nail with a straight draw. Just check folds. Queen 4 versus Ace 4. The Queen 4 just folds. Jack 9 for Nail, raising it up. King 9 defending the big blind. Ace 10 7 flop. Nail bets with a straight draw to the 8 and he'll take the pot. Queen Jack versus 8-9 suited. Queen Jack raising big pre. 8-9 calling. 10-7-5 flop goes check check. 5 on the turn. Nail looking for a 6 or a jack or just a bet and he'll take the pot. King 10 suited versus Ace 4 suited. We see a 3-bet. King 10 could 4-bet or just call. Why would it 4-bet? As a bluff? Anyways, Armani leads and takes it on down. Kings versus King 8. Ace Queen 9 board. King's in position, bet half pot. Nail quickly folds. Blinds go up. Jack 7 versus 9-7. King 5-3 flop. Nail in position, bets small and he takes the pot. 5-4 versus 4-7. This is what we come to see. Big raise from Armani and he'll take it down pre. 5-3, 2.5x. Armani with Ace Jack suited plays 3-bet. And he'll buy that pot pre-flop. 3-8 getting a walk. Good news for Nail. 7-5, 2.5x, 10-9 suited for Armani, plays call. 6-5-3 flop, goes bet and a fold. Nail gets a walk with the ace high, 5-3, or sorry, 4-3 going for the raise. 8-9 just gonna fold for Armani. Deuces for Armani, plays 3x raise. Nail folds 5-6 and we move along. Sevens versus king deuce. King deuce just gonna fold pre. 8-10 just gonna fold pre for Armani. Both players with a suited ace, we see a 3-bet. Nail not going nowhere. Armani flops the frickin' straight. No backdoor clubs for Nail. He checks back the flop. 3 million chips in the middle and Armani bets full pot. Nail is a straight draw to the 6 or 3. Just gonna find a fold facing the full pot size bet. 6-7 versus queen 4 suited. Armani, let's go to the flop. King 8-7. Goes check check. 9 on the turn. Armani with their flush draw leads out half pot. Pair of sevens call. 9 on the river goes check check. And Nail takes a little pot. 3-5. Nail will raise and take it down pre. Ace 8 suited for Armani. We'll raise 3.5x and take it down pre. No, not 3.5x. 3 1/4. My bad. Ace queen 10 flop goes check check. 6 on the turn. Armani with a pair and the flush draw leads out and takes down a small one. 7 deuce for Armani. Just gonna hit the muck surely. Both players playing very patient as we're playing like 60 blinds deep here. Nail with 9-3 suited. Ace 8 goes for the 3-bet. And that will get through pre for Armani. 7-4 suited. Like this just looks like a raise to me. But Armani says no no. Playing a little tighter than that. Because he's going for the big sizing pre-flop. King 7 goes 3x. 7-6 defends. Ace queen 8 flop. Armani bets and takes it down. Interesting happening. 9-5 suited. Like this just looks like a standard raise. Armani does find it. Good shit. Queen 5 suited raising. Queen jack going for the 3-bet. Nail might get curious. Armani's been 3-betting quite frequently. Queen 3 suited. 3x raise and take it down. Excuse me. Ace 8 flop and a pair. Jack 3 with a backdoor straight draw has to just check fold. Ace queen suited. 6 deuce for Nail will fold. 4-6 for Nail will raise and take it down. Jack 6 suited will raise for Armani. Nail puts in the 3-bet with ace deuce. Armani calls. Ace queen 4 flop. All good news for Nail. Is going to give Armani a free card if he wants it. 3 of hearts on the turn. Flush draw, straight draw, and top pair for Nail. He leads out small, and the bet will get through for him. 9 deuce suited for Nail. Raising and taking it down pre-flop. Queen 9 versus ace 9. Ace 9 going for the 3-bet. Queen 9 calls. We're going to play this pot in position. King 8 deuce flop. Armani bets and he takes it down. 9-5 suited for Armani. Queen 10 calls the big blind and flops 2 pairs. Armani bets half pot with the bottom pair. Check raise from Nail. And Armani with a quick fold. 5-7 goes for a min raise. That's interesting. Armani might be switching things up now that we're playing a little bit shorter. 50 blinds deep. Armani says, I'm going to go for the min raise with 9 jack. Face a 3-bet from the ace queen. King queen jack flop. 10 would be a dirty card. Oh, it's a dirty card. It's a dirty card. Both players make a straight. King of clubs on the river. That might save Armani here, as now there's possible boats. Yep, nail will check over there straight. Armani checks back there straight. 10 was a pretty dirty card. Anyways, we're going to move along. Ace 9 rips it all in. King Jack could call it off here. It is suited. We don't want to double him up though. So King Jack hits the muck. 8-9 for Armani, raising it up. Queen 7 for nail. Another thing to think about with that King Jack fold is I like the way Nail's been playing this heads up battle. He's flopping straights. At least this hand hasn't flopped too many straights. 10 on the turn, giving Armani some outs to the 10 king. 10 on the river, that will do, Poker Stars. Armani lead jams. And Nail finds the fold. Ace 8 going for a stab. 8-4 thinking about defending. Sorry, let me finish that thought about Nail. Oh yeah, like we're just playing this heads up battle perfectly. We're gonna make a pair of 4s on the turn here. I don't know about perfectly, but like really like what I'm seeing. We both make a straight on the end here. Diamonds miss. Jack 8 is the nards. Armani jams it all in. Don't think Nail folds here. Although we don't love it. We are going to chop the pot up. Jacks versus 8s. This could get in pre-flop. Big cooler. Yep, Armani jams. He's going to need an 8. Something tells me he's not going to smack it. Yep, Nail gets the W. I'm just thinking, should we skip back to anything? Like, is there anything? Nah, we just had a cooler in the end. It was a fun heads up battle. It would have been nice to see it go on for another 2 hours or so. Armani making a boat. Nail with a straight. Armani takes down, leads it on out. We both make a straight there. And then we just both get a pocket pair. 50 blinds deep. It just gets in pre-flop. No surprises there. Alrighty, well I suppose that's the end of the show. So if you made it all the way through, thanks for checking this one out.